Fighting smart now. You got to keep throwing punches.
Here is Daniel Seda getting in the inside and whipping the hook. When he's in that position, he can land that punch. That one bounced off the top of the head of Casamayor. And we look from the top and we see how he's in position to throw that punch. He had his foot on the outside of the foot of Casamayor and he threw it and then comes back with those jabs, also important for Seda. So strategically as well as emotionally, he's getting into this fight.
Daniel Seda gaining in confidence the last couple of rounds, actually putting Joel Casamayor on the canvas 2 rounds ago after he went down. A junior lightweight fight scheduled for 10, a non-title affair. But as we mentioned earlier, it must feel like a championship fight for the Puerto Rican Daniel Seda.
And the scoring in this fight is going to be very interesting. I gave the first 4 rounds to Casamayor. The 5th round, I made an even round because of the 2 knockdowns. And I gave Seda the last round. I have it 58-55 for Joel Casamayor.
Who would think you'd be saying that when we were witnessing the first 4 rounds?
Yeah, and of course he's still ahead, and that's 3 points is a nice cushion to be going into the last 4 rounds with, if in fact the judges have it that way. But it's a fight now, isn't it?
Things certainly have changed dramatically here.
And you know,
50 left in the set.
Excuse me, Steve. The big difference here is Seda's being aggressive. He's using his jab. He's throwing the straight rights. He's occasionally mixing in hooks. He is going after Casamayor.
The crowd chanting Cuba in the background to urge on their man, Joel Casamayor.
And we need to remember that Seda was the #1 contender in the featherweight division. He was a very skilled fighter. He's never lost. He's had 1 no decision. And so it's not shocking that he should be fighting well in this fight. It's just that we know Joel Casamayor is a special fighter.
Yeah, and he beat some good guys. I mean, he's never been in there with a guy like Casamayor, but he's beaten former world champions Nana Canadu and Daniel Jimenez, prospect Oscar Leon. And he is undefeated, 20-1 with 16 knockouts through his 7.5-year pro career. He was an Olympian at the Atlanta Olympics in '96 for Puerto Rico. So he's had experience amateur-wise as well.
Casamayor now boxing more. He has become the boxer in this match. And in this round is boxing pretty effectively.
Right hand scored by Daniel Seda, but then missing afterwards. Trying to follow it up anyway.
It's a pivotal round because this is a round where, depending on how the judges score it, could make the difference whether Seda's still in this fight or not.
And you got to like Seda's gumption. He's coming forward. He's aggressive. He's getting Casamayor off balance from time to time. This is a totally different Daniel Seda from the first 4 or 5 rounds.
Let's keep it tight, okay? He's starting to get hit with too many right hands. So keep him, stay low and keep him turning on that angle. Keep the angle, stay low, keep him turning. Don't come up, okay? You're getting hit with too many right hands, okay? And keep the jab going, all right? Keep the jab going. The jab's working beautiful. Listen, all you got to do is just step, feint, step. You don't got to jump.
This punch by Casamayor would end up straying a smidge low. Oh yeah, more than a smidge. And gets a warning from Bill Connors.
Well, in a close fight, something like that had cost Casamayor in the past. I don't even know why he'd go there in that neighborhood.
And you know, he hasn't gone to the body very much in this fight. That was a very, very close round, a pivotal round in round 7. And how the judges see it will determine greatly how this fight goes down. Do they like the boxing of Joel Casamayor? Oh, good straight left hand by Casamayor. May have hurt Seda.
But generally, after a very, very slow start, Casamayor coming back strong, finding some kind of a rhythm here in the last few rounds, moving more to his left. He's outside Casamayor's left and staying away from that power punch for the most part after a very difficult first 4 rounds.
The other thing that we can't lose sight of is the defense of Seda has been much improved in the last 3 or 4 or 5 rounds. He's slipping more punches from Casamayor, moving his head a lot better, and because he's being aggressive, throwing punches while he's coming in, he's not getting hit as much.
And now a wild right hand by Casamayor causing him to slip. And by Casamayor causing him to slip. Casamayor, of course, had it in mind not only to win, but win impressively here in this main event fight to try to get back into the sweepstakes of Morales, Freitas, and even one of the 130-pound champs, Morales.
Eric Morales would be a fascinating fight. Eric Morales may be looking at this and say he's just exactly the guy I want to fight. This isn't a bad performance by Casamayor. It's just that he's had his troubling moments, and the concern about Seda coming up in weight, the fact that he didn't perform well against Gainer, made us feel that perhaps he couldn't handle this level. But Seda is an undefeated fighter, the #1 contender.
Undefeated, but perhaps underestimated, undervalued here by Joel Casamayor, who made it very blunt, very clear to us before the fight he was not going to look past Daniel Seda.
And what could be more dangerous than the start Casamayor got off to? He was dominating this fight, and that could give him the kind of carelessness that I talked about before the fight that could hurt you, and that did a little bit.
The irony here is, Al, the criticism against Freitas and Corrales was that he started too slow the first 6 rounds, and then he had to play catch-up. Now he started fast, and he's not doing as well in the second half of the fight.
You know, I think Seda's winning this round. But round 7, again, who did you end up giving it to? That's the one that is really in question.
Now Seda very eager to mix it up with Casamayor. But Casamayor staying away, keeping his distance, trying to avoid that heavy right hand of Daniel Seda. Seda with a big smile as he backpedals to his corner.
You're giving up too much ground now. You got to stop backing this guy up. Okay? We got 2 rounds left. Okay? Okay, you got to stop backing him up. Okay, we can't let him make it too close. So you got to put pressure on him. Back him up with the jab. Don't look for the 1 punch. And keep that head moving, but you got to back him up. Okay, you're giving up too much ground, baby. Okay? Got to back him up. Put that pressure on him with the jab.
Here is where Casamayor slips down as he was twirling around to try and throw one of the punches, and obviously not a knockdown, and Bill Conner recognizes that. And the heads, well, they always come together in the Casamayor. And there's an example of Casamayor coming in with his head first, and he can say whatever he wants. He's inviting problems when he does that, and he comes in with his head down.
Now Seda has 2 9th-round knockouts, just for the record, plus 1 10th round knockout among his 16 KO wins. Daniel Jimenez, he knocked out in the 9th round in 2000, and Nana Canadu, we mentioned that before, in 2001.
At this juncture on my scorecard, Casamayor is leading 77-74. Again, that round 7 is a pivotal round, though. I ended up giving it to Casamayor by the narrowest of margins. And that one, if it had gone to Seda, puts him in the hunt in this fight with 2 rounds left to go.
Casamayor with a stinging shot there, and Daniel Seda sticks out his tongue and now starts clowning around.
The difference in his demeanor,
yes,
from the 2nd and 3rd round, or 4th round even, to now. Make no mistake, though, Seda, because of those troubles in the early rounds, good body work. Finally, someone's moving the body.
And then a low blow by Casamayor.
And he's shown us a couple of those. The jab of Seda, why did he not throw that punch in the first 3 or 4 rounds? He's been so effective with it. Look at him. He's getting it all the time. And Casamayor not doing exactly what Buddy McGirt wanted. He's not able to back Seda up.
Seda standing right in there and throwing body shots. There's a right hand that's scored by Seda. Didn't have a lot of pop behind it, but it got in there.
Casamayor came with a quick straight left and then has another one. And when Casamayor remembers to jab, which he has frequently forgotten, that straight left becomes a good weapon.
Buddy McGirt constantly remind him to use the jab to set up the big left. And to keep Seda off balance. We approach the final minute of the 9th round. And what a job upstart Daniel Seda has done here to come from way back. There's a right hand that pushes Casamayor back.
What Seda has done is make this a match. He may still be behind in the scorecards. The mountain may have been too high for him to climb, but he certainly made this a compelling and interesting match.
Both fighters on the canvas in the 5th round.
Very good counter left hand right there from Casamayor. He's really landed some of those. They're very effective in this round. They haven't been as showy as some of Seda's punches, but very effective.
Now a neat boxing exhibition by Casamayor. Good right hand by Daniel Seda that clipped Casamayor on the nose. Tremendous give and take here in the 9th round. Casamayor.